Hello friends, and welcome back to a little bit more Steelrising. We're in the depths of Montmartre right now, and it's a whole nother level that needs exploring. Hopefully, it'll be interesting. I want to get my souls back. Is this a... It is? Are we going in there? I don't think we are. But again, I like the fact that it's nicely modelled regardless. Maybe we are going down more. Yeah, I would like to be able to get back to those. I also like just how much stuff is hidden inside this. I know it's oil vials and stuff, and you could argue that the game is being a little bit too generous with its healing items. Oh! People! Bonjour, messieurs.
Monsieur Marat.
Huh? Hey? Who goes there? La diableuse, je m'attendais. So this is the famous huntress Diana I've heard so much about. Truly. 'Tis an honor, madame. Now let me have a look at you.
Are you drunk?
Oh, oui. You're just as
Diana. The huntress in Greek mythology.
Descended from the heavens to vanquish the clock.
Ah, c'est moi.
Who depicted me this way, monsieur?
Mes compagnons, madame. Chief among them is Monsieur Chaudelot de la Clos. They have observed you dispensing justice all over the city. A most expeditious justice at that, as befits the crimes committed by our good king. What a strange machine you are.
Well, yes.
Gifted with intelligence, clearly, but also with speech and the freedom to do as you please.
Your head doesn't quite fit properly on your body, sir.
An automat. Who is your master?
The Queen.
It was on the Queen's orders that I came to Paris.
The poor thing. To what new level of desperation has her husband's madness driven her? Does she finally intend to leave this kingdom, where she should never have set her dainty little feet?
No, monsieur. She means to put an end to her husband's madness.
What, with you? You in what army?
Well, if we can shut down what powers them, mate.
And you, Monsieur Marat. Who is your master?
I serve not a master, but a cause. That of the Duc d'Orléans.
Isn't he...
His cousin the king has no place on that throne, and nor does his wretched dynasty.
Wasn't he in charge of trying to
with their wars, their crimes, and
kidnap
their vices
the kids?
It's high time their scepter be passed to an enlightened, just monarch. One who is sympathetic to the people's sufferings. But now that I think about it, madame, look at us. We've been standing around chatting like old friends for several minutes, and I still don't know to what I owe the pleasure of your visit.
I must go to the Bastille, where Monsieur de Vaucanson is imprisoned.
Oui. Such a sad fate for a king's lackey. And what do you want with your creator? This man whose blood-stained hands built the army...
He knows how to stop it.
What Vaucanson has done, only Vaucanson can undo.
Fair enough. Alas, while I come and go as I please through these tunnels, it is impossible to enter...
So you say.
Impossible, dites-vous?
A sanguinary automat is spreading death and
a
terror
titan!
of this quarry. At the cost of their lives, my comrades were able to sabotage the floor of the cave to limit its movements.
Oh?
Nevertheless, it stands between you and the tunnel that leads to the Quartier du Temple. And that's the only way to reach the...
Is there still going to be a whole separate zone?
That's exactly what I intend to do, Monsieur Marat.
À votre guise. I shall not attempt to dissuade you. There is one small thing, though. I had to disable the mobile walkways to protect myself from the automats. But since you managed to come here, I assume you already know a lot about these devices.
Yes.
Indeed.
Here. This would allow you to reach the lower tunnels.
A key? A repair? A lever? L'ami de people? The clever trick Monsieur de Mirabeau played on us by offering his chest to the bayonets. In the eyes of the people, the flambeau de Provence has never shone so brightly, yet the veil must be torn away and the truth must triumph over Monsieur Riquetti's tone of importance and false air of dignity, for he is nothing more than a slave of favour, a courtier, a zealous servant of authority wearing the mask of patriotism. Saint Mirabeau, who just 2 years ago would have pawned his knickers for 6 livres, is now bathing in opulence. He has just bought a mansion for the sum of 200,000 livres, which he paid in cash. He has 3 mistresses, whom he lavishes with gifts. All are welcome at his table, and he has paid off his debts. At whose expense, I ask? At the expense of the nation, whose interests he has always sold to the monarch. How this wretch, whom the ignorant have canonized, and whom the blind crowds insist on crowning, must laugh at his foolish worshippers. His contempt for the people's cause is so great that he no longer even bothers to conceal it. Cunning chameleon, you may change colour, but you will not escape my eye. I will track your skilful metamorphoses and draw the audience's attention to them, so they will no longer be dazzled by you. It is not to you, unworthy upstart, that we shall sacrifice our rights, our freedom, and our happiness. I guess he doesn't like him. I wish here to denounce the duplicity of the Marquis de Lafayette, the aspiring tyrant on whose shoulders the confidence of a nation blinded by perfidious artifice now rests. It is well known how, in previous publications, I have attacked the boundless ambition of our Moutier. What is not known is that he has sworn to kill me, and that I have been forced to go into hiding to escape his vengeance. Know, reader, that the regiment tasked with destroying my printing press and taking me away from my home was sent by the Châtelet. If our so-called national hero can, in all impunity, order the soldiers of the realm under his command to oppress honest citizens, if he can use public force to settle a private quarrel, who will stop him from using these brave men against the entire people? What will the French people, who look to him as their saviour, think? By ordering the defenders of the nation to trample all over public liberty, the Marquis can only aspire to incite a civil war. This man is unworthy to command the defenders of the nation. Citizens cannot tolerate this shocking abuse. They must guard against the terrible misfortune that would be the inevitable result of this usurpation of power. Now, it's possible that if we'd got that earlier, I wouldn't have given the gunpowder to Lafayette. Sorry, the bonds to Lafayette. Or, maybe, I would. A locked chest, you say. The time has come for what is sure to be a decisive battle. Hardened by the weeks spent in the underground, we are now ready to defend Montmartre, our last stronghold. It will be us or the machine that decimated our ranks. We have chosen the battlefield for our fight. Despite their dwindling numbers, the First Company is already hard at work, sabotaging the floor of the Great Cavern. It is up to us, whom fate has chosen to carry out this most perilous mission, to lure the enemy there and trap it. There is not a dreamer among us who hopes to survive this battle, but we go to our death with hearts bursting with love for our nation. Vive la France! Vive Louis Philippe I, King of the French! Oh!
Look at them, parading around like peacocks. These scoundrels, rotten to their very core. See how they proudly display their vices and shameful privileges, tirelessly working to drag morality through the mud, trampling love itself.
The Queen is said to have read your liaison before her husband banned it. It's hilarious, isn't it?
I'm not surprised. No matter how hard I worked to denounce their immoral practices, the aristocrats saw my novel as nothing more than a light-hearted bit of fluff. Naive I was to imagine that my pen could slice away the gangrene of their debauchery.
Well, fortunately, you have more than one string to your bow, mon capitaine.
Yes, Mon Capitan is of course going to be our dangerous liaisons even. He's going to be within the beast.
This mattress is stained with blood. As is this jacket. Who could have stayed here? Monsieur Marat will surely be able to tell me.
Uh-huh. What's in the box? Carriage key? Smuggler's stuff. New outfits. Loot multiplier. Flame and frost resistance. Bugger all armor. It's so dark in here that you can't actually properly see things on us. And a locked chest. I shall have to check whether that actually does become unlocked. At least I know roughly where it is. Jean-Paul Marat, I found this corpse.
I am working on it, Monsieur Marat.
That's the only way to reach the lower tunnels. The mechanism is on this level, near the wall.
I am aware.
Who laid on this blood-stained mattress?
Oh, it's a strange story.
Uh-huh.
I suppose you heard about what happened in Place Dauphine?
Uh-huh.
Indeed. I went there.
Well, we took in one of the survivors of the massacre.
Interesting. I wonder whether that would have had the same dialogue. I assume it wouldn't have had the same dialogue if we hadn't done that bit of the quest.
He was particularly talkative.
What did he tell you?
He kept saying that Lafayette was a traitor in the king's pay. That the flaxen-haired hero had deliberately handed his brand new National Guard over to the Automats.
What evidence did your guest have?
Nothing substantial, unfortunately.
Uh-oh.
It was based on a simple rumor that was circulating in the camp shortly before the Royal Army attacked. It would appear that several volunteers carried a yellow cartridge in their cartridge pouches. Most likely a subtle way for the conspirators to recognize each other. The subsequent disaster would tend to confirm this hypothesis. Vous ne croyez pas?
These are suspicions. Nothing more.
Right you are. Oh, if only I had proof of this conspiracy. Then I'd be able to scutter the ambitions of that cur Lafayette for good.
Maybe I should have waited to give him the bonds.
Get to the bottom of this urgently.
Very well. I encourage you to do so. But remember that the Marquis could not have acted alone. If you can't find anything implicating him, look into the members of his staff.
So this is going to be a new side quest, isn't it?
Dauphine, where those brigands sullied the ground with their boots.
Interesting.
Monsieur Marat, did you take part in an operation that aimed to kidnap the Dauphin and his sister Charlotte?
Me take part in an operation? Nonsense. My only weapon is my pen, and I have sharpened it, believe you me. That said, we did receive some information concerning the children. Unfortunately, I'm sworn to secrecy. If such an operation did indeed take place, Monsieur de Leclos would have been the one behind it. Alas, I fear that he is no longer of this world.
Oh, really?
There is little doubt that he and his men fell in the galleries.
Okay, so we need to go and find him. Clearly he's alive, because otherwise that wouldn't be the quest objective.
Dites-moi, Monsieur Marat, what exactly are you doing hiding in a quarry?
I've made a lot of enemies.
Oh, I wonder why.
I have always denounced the corrupt, and those who corrupt them.
With what evidence?
Vampires who cheat the weak and bleed the nation dry. Chief among them? That crook Lafayette. That Tren Sabre. A career soldier who thinks he's Caesar. Not content to maintain an army of rats, this Blondin has all the Châtelet's judges in his pocket. It seems my prose upset him, as he swore to hunt me down.
Yes, it's interesting seeing all of the different kind of points of view and factions.
Dites-moi, Monsieur Marat.
I've made a in my pub. These chief among not content. It seems
Who are your compagnons?
patriots who come and go in the quarries throughout the city, under the command of Monsieur Leclos. Alas, there are few left. And I wager that it won't be long before the machines that have taken over our hiding place find me. My hours are numbered. Mais vous-même, have you found any companions for yourself?
Members and supporters of the Third Estate have gathered at the Cordelier Convent.
Would you be so kind as to name them?
In addition to Monsieur de Robespierre, the Comte de Mirabeau is there.
Le Flambeau de Provence. An artful chameleon who skillfully dons every colour of the rainbow.
I think this guy just doesn't like anybody.
Lafayette, Monsignor de...
Say no more. They're just the privileged class celebrating the marriage of cowardice and treason. With adversaries like them, the king is sure to triumph.
Who is Monsieur de Leclerc?
This guy doesn't seem like a very nice character.
Whose pen has shaken the old world.
He's
But is
clearly
also an
spiteful,
experienced
but
military
again,
engineer.
I have no idea what his actual role in history is. I kind of feel like I know the name.
Misfortune, it would appear. There is little doubt that he died leading his men through the tunnels.
Okay, so we got a couple of extra side questy things. This will repair... Yeah.
Voila.
Voila!
That should have fixed the walkway.
And that will... I'm assuming that the big lifts... I assume we're underneath. The big lever platform. Yeah, how that actually works... Ooh, go down. Down I go. The low galleries. Right, one assumes that will call the lift if it's not here. That would be my guess. This place is definitely a bit more messy, isn't it? I wonder then if the reason why we died was because we fell. It looked like we fell into water, but that may not have been the case at all. Maybe it was just distance and the camera spinning didn't help my orientation. It does not want to let me target from there. Is this going to take us round to... Hi, friend. That was my own stupid fault. Flats. Spider. Oh. Oops. You can just burn to death. Yeah, this, the Hephaestus batons are actually really good for letting me get some distance. Improved petrification grenades. Not the fact that there's water kind of spouting out of everything. I don't know whether it actually spouts out of rock like that, but... Ooh. Right, I'm going to go and... leap over here. Yoink. Oh, I've aggroed the enemies. Uh-oh. Oops. Right. Ow. Oh. Ah, I'm stuck on a rock. Shoot. I want to hit him. There we go. Oh. That was dumb. Ouch. Oh my god. Okay. That was entertainingly tense. Now, we got the Mandarin stuff, didn't we, from that? Right, where actually was the box? Was it here? I think it was there. One thing I'm not the biggest fan of, but it is a minor gripe, is the way that your weapons unbuff themselves if you swap them. It's a tiny thing, realistically, and it's not a big deal. But it would be nice if they did not do so. It has a teeny tiny dagger, or is it a pistol? Yes, the automats.
Monsieur Laclos was the Duc d'Orléans' faithful retainer. He was to prepare the way for his takeover, and now he has become one of the king's most bloodthirsty automats. How ironic.
I've forgotten what I was going to say now. Probably not important, whatever it was. Oh shit, that actually is an enemy. Silly Demajen. Whoop. I don't know where I am. I don't know where I'm going. I know I've got a lot of oil vials. Is this a back way? A secret way? Huh. Oh, that's a Vestal. The depths. The plant work and stuff growing up the stone is a really nice touch. It just makes things seem more alive. You know, more organic. Oop. Is this the way that we would otherwise have come down, or... Oh. Oh. Oh no, I didn't want to jump in. What the hell? Oh, it's the... It's the thing. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh, that we've got it's broken part of our stamina bar. Oh dear. Have I got it stuck in a... Oh! Ow. Ooh, ooh. Okay, friend. Oh dear. Jeez, okay. I fear I may have made the game a bit easy. I've not even been, you know, grinding or anything. Freeze is overpowered, I think, is what it boils down to.
Leclos, you're alive.
A platoon. Ready. Fire! Fire at will! Senor. We can't stop them. They're upon us. Fixed bayonets. Fixed bayonets!
The fighting has stopped. It's over. Voyez?
Friendship.
The Huntress Diana appeared to us. She's the one who saved you.
But the troops. Where are the troops?
They're all dead.
You are the only survivor, Leclos.
No. No.
We
We were so close. But those machines. An entire battalion would have been unable to defeat them.
Fortunately,
They were forced to retreat.
I'm OP.
Chased into these tunnels by the automats.
It was madness to attempt an attack on the Bastille.
You're wrong. I'm a military man. It was a bold maneuver, but it was a calculated...
And it failed miserably.
After all, that old fortress is a pile of stones with no buffers, curtain walls, or bastions. As for its garrison, our agents were certain. Only a handful of veterans should have been there.
But
A single charge should have sufficed to disperse them. But the king made other arrangements. He increased the fortress's defenses and placed a swarm of automats at the service of a terrible machine.
is there still going to be a different zone then?
It was madness to attack.
Oh, that's the same option.
He
Why did you launch this attack?
3 of our companions were held captive in the fortress. Our best agents.
Okay, so we need to rescue them.
Spies, if you prefer. We, the supporters of the Duc d'Orléans, have always worked in the shadows, within the Queen's entourage, in the tribunes of the Estates General, among the patriots in the clubs, amidst the rank and file in the army.
We have had some success, you have to admit.
What machinations have you discovered?
Enough to make Monsieur Marat's ink flow and bring down our rivals. Necker's speculations, Lafayette's dishonorable behavior, Mirabeau's corruption, and many darker secrets.
Such as Lafayette's plot to rescue the Dauphin and his sister Charlotte.
How on earth do you know that?
She seems as well informed as
Oh, suddenly no audio. It broke. Yeah. Uh-huh. 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 Yes, I remember that. So they failed. So the machines have the kids at Versailles, which is where we're gonna...
Once again, the king has won.
That won't always be the case. But right now I have something urgent I must do.
Okay.
Tell me about this machine that guards the Bastille.
We were prepared to face an enemy, not an executioner. That thing, half butcher's block, half stocks.
Okay, next boss is the executioner then.
Who captured you, monsieur?
There was some confusion in the fray, but Cagliostro was in charge. He was the one who ordered me to
Yes.
shut up in that coffin. Then I was thrown into that awful place where I lost consciousness. After that, everything is a series of blurred visions.
Oh, a nose?
That ordered me to kill. Again and again.
I intend to enter the Bastille and free Monsieur de Vaucanson.
For what possible reason, mon Dieu?
She claims that he's the only one who can stop the machines.
Indeed, it's possible.
Maybe.
If you're ready to face the abomination that blocked my path and slaughtered my lieutenants, then don't waste a second. Let's not stay here much longer, Marat. Let's head back to our burrow. There's still some wine left in this pot.
More than enough, Recluse. More than enough.
Wonderful. We'll drink to our broken dreams until this finally comes to an end.
That's a nice line. Okay, where are you, slightly underpowered thing? Grade 3 efficient countering module. That looks like our way out. Although to be fair... Oh, hold on. Where's the compass? Anima essence. Huh? Oh, does it tell us where our souls are? Interesting. Oh, I don't think we can get out there. Well, in theory... Oh, can't destroy those barrels either. In theory, if we get out of the quarry here... And I assume go upwards, maybe? Aha. Then we might get back to the top where... That's a fancy mechanism. Is there anything hiding around here? No. Just a way out. This may well take us all the way out. I hadn't realised that we had a way of tracking. I thought, to be fair, I did actually think, oh, I wonder if the compass will show us. But we've not really had to chase down our essence. Farms and vineyards. It's not been particularly difficult to chase down our essence previously, so I've not really thought about it. Oh, hello.
Here you are at last.
Oh, it's you.
This is where the path to the Bastille begins. And to think, I would have never thought you'd make it this far. Cependant, I would advise you not to rush. The fighting in these tunnels has weakened the structure.
Uh-huh.
If you go in there, I'm afraid you won't be able to turn back.
Oh.
Delor, I have just one bit of advice to give you. Before going any further, make sure you're not leaving behind
Point of no return.
Unfinished business. Any commitments that you have not fully met. I shall return to my hiding place. In these unsure times, you can never be too careful. Ne croyez-vous pas?
Uh-huh. Okay, so this, one assumes, is our point of no return. Get to the temple is that way. So is this... Yeah, so this is the way back to the map proper. Tootie boy! You are so screwed. Yep. Is this a... Because there are a load of places that we can... that we need to go back to. Oh, this is right next to the carriage. Okay. I mean, is it worth going down to get our animo essence? I don't know how much we had. I kind of feel like it's not. So we can go to Luxembourg and talk to the Marquis. We can get to the temple at Montmartre. Or we can go and search the palace... Sorry, the Place Dauphine at La Cité to see what lies here. Only because I am intrigued as to whether I've actually made a terrible mistake in giving Lafayette the bonds. C'est possible. A list of men and volunteers who are listed in the National Guard. Colonel Ormond, the most senior officer, is on the first line. Right, this is where the thingy chest was. Still locked.
Yellow cartridges. The conspirator's secret sign. There was most certainly a conspiracy. There's no doubt about that. But those involved shared the same fate as the rest of them. I should keep looking around Place Dauphine.
So something more is going on. It's not as black and white.
The commanding officer was spared. Lafayette didn't hand over his army to the king. This must certainly be Colonel Armand. I should keep looking around Place Dauphine.
Ah, is the chest for this then? Or is the key for this? It is.
A headquarters at the Pont au Change. By all appearances, it's not official. Most likely an underground hiding place that can be entered from the riverbank. I'll try to track down Capitaine Lefebvre. If he and his men withdrew to the Société des Amis des Noirs, he must have gone towards the Châtelet. It would have been a desperate move for certain. I doubt any of them survived the retreat.
Okay. So that's what that box is for. It's for a side quest. Not treasure. Yes, this was the little hidden passage that could I not get through here before? I thought we'd been here, but oh. There's a friend. The fact that I've got just enough engineering to actually do that is kind of silly. Right, that's the way we're supposed to go. I thought I'd been here before, but maybe it's an area that's very similar. Keeping the enemies. Nope. More grenades. Wonderful. Really don't need to use those. Oh, I just saw through the wall then. Hello, friend. Owned. Yeah, game is definitely a little bit easy feeling. And unlike the Surge 2, where if you got really good at directional blocking, the game would feel really easy. This is more of a balance issue. The Surge 2 was less about balance and more about just general kind of player skill. Not saying that I was skillful when it came to playing the Surge 2, but I was actually pretty good at the directional blocking, and I really enjoyed it as a mechanic. Ah. Yeah, you could just keep them locked in frost if you time it right. Have that. Uh-huh. Secret back. Shortcuts? Is this back to where we were? Yes. Okay, so that was left. Right. Woohoo! That is entertaining. Anything over here? No, I guess that's just where... enemies were hiding.
This gate has a lock that requires some combination of 4 letters. I should follow Capitaine Lefebvre's footsteps. He and his men withdrew to the Société des Amis de Noir. They must have gone towards the Châtelet. I doubt they could their retreat.
Okay. So that's why the shortcut's here. Ah.
The poor souls. They died just steps from their goal.
Yeah, so they did not make it. Oh, it's this guy with the massive spear.
York.
Your
What does
order?
that mean?
It's the code for the door. Aegis. York. Oh, that's the wrong button again.
Y-O-R-K. Good. The lock opened.
Okay.
Headquarters. This place must be studied carefully.
Bismuth block and a carriage token. To all officers, I insist yet again on the necessary of putting a stop to the actions of Citizen Marat, who continues to evade justice. No matter how successful our military actions are, we will be unable to restore public peace as long as this troublemaker remains free to sow the seeds of discord. Therefore, during our operations, be very careful that the person concerned does not take advantage of the chaos to slip through our fingers. Take him alive if possible, but use all means necessary if he refuses to cooperate. The text of an oath. We, the officers, soldiers, and veterans of the Santonge Regiment, liberators of the American people, swear allegiance to General de Lafayette, the only man in this kingdom who is capable of restoring peace. We hereby vow to follow him at all costs and to ensure that this military and political endeavours vow by any means necessary. His military endeavours. Discobulous wheel. We have just got a new weapon. So it's a wheel, one of the really heavy weapons that throws a discus. We also got a very fancy hat. Slightly less endurance, but more frost resistance. And, ooh, that's a lot of extra armor. Put that on. That looks very sweet indeed. Although I will probably miss the kind of golden shoulder pad that we had. Hello, outside of map. Alright, where is that other?
This document bears the signature of the Marquis de Lafayette. So the rumors were true. The Garde Nationale wasn't formed spontaneously. All of this was carefully orchestrated. It is high time the Marquis de Lafayette explained himself.
Ah. Right, I want to actually... This one. The signatories of this document swear to work to bring about the deposition of King Louis the 16th of his name in favour of his eldest son, the Dauphin Louis-Joseph. They vow to pursue this aim at any cost and to sacrifice their lives if the situation demands it. They agree, in accordance with their position and rank, to uphold and observe the following strategic measures. At the first blood shed by the king, the veterans of the Santonge Regiment stationed at the Hotel des Invalides will form a national guard and will publicly free themselves from royal control. Care shall be taken to stage this mutiny publicly in order to earn the enthusiasm of any people, civilians or soldiers who might witness this. These newly constituted troops will go to the barracks throughout Paris to call for the assistance of other units. Civilian agents will enter markets where there are large numbers of people and call for volunteers. They will have pamphlets, posters and banners they can use to convince the patriots. Soldiers and volunteers will gather in Place Dauphine, where a recruitment office will be established. The conspirators will insist on the name of Lafayette and will claim him as their leader. Everyone will need to be convinced that the Marquis is the right man to lead. Anyone who challenges this may be intimidated. When the troops are ready for battle, the Marquis de Lafayette will come to lead them. This is followed by about 20 signatures. The Marquis de Lafayette's signature is on the first line. So it was a coup attempt that took advantage of other shit that was going on, essentially. Right, so I guess we definitely need to go back to Lafayette now, because we've got a couple of things to talk to him about. Neither of them looking good for him. Although, technically they were trying to depose the tyrants, so arguably they were doing it for the right reasons. Yes, so maybe the Lafayette situation was not as cut and dry as I have made a mistake. Maybe actually it was all part of a plan to put somebody better on the throne.
I'm listening, Aegis.
I spoke with Monsieur Marat and Monsieur Laclos.
Ah, the scoundrels. Did you force them to confess? Do you know what they did with the children?
They admitted to organizing the ambush at Gros Caillou.
Cursed recreants. Cowardly corrupters of innocence. Where are they holding their prisoners? They must be rescued immediately.
Well.
They do not have Charlotte and the Dauphin.
Excuse me? They dare to claim that?
It is the truth. The ambush was a catastrophe. The king had gotten wind of your plans. Automats from Versailles slaughtered the kidnappers and seized the children. By now, the children will have been reunited with their father. There is little doubt about that.
It's a very nice lace collar.
Then it is from the clutches of that tyrant in his own palace that they must be saved. I fear that such an undertaking is doomed to failure, although there is no question of giving up.
Conspiracy and...
Monsieur le Marquis, there is a most unfortunate rumor about you going round.
Oh, just one.
You are accused of having delivered the troops who had gathered in the Place Dauphine over to the king.
Calumny. This is nothing less than vile.
Well, we know that's not true, don't we?
Save your breath, General. The rumor is true. I can prove it. There's no point in trying to defend yourself. I know that you raised the National Guard for the sole purpose of taking command of it. There was nothing spontaneous about the uprising.
Oh, I
Do
see.
you have any evidence to support your accusations?
I do. I have the manifesto.
Bon sang.
Why resort to this manipulation?
You must understand what I have done. I did for the good of the kingdom. I wanted to stop this massacre while protecting the Queen and the Dauphin. In the name of the people, Aegis. But an actual uprising of the people would have inevitably led to disaster. Only professional soldiers could organize and lead the resistance.
So...
Who were your accomplices?
My brothers in arms, the brave men of the Régiment de Saintonge, veterans of the American War, men who at the Battle of Yorktown brought an empire to its knees. Alas, we gravely underestimated the enemy's forces. We thought we would face an infantry supported by a handful of machines, but an entire army of automats. It was unthinkable.
Some accuse you of harboring a lust for power. The circumstances were to your advantage.
These aspersions are all too familiar to me. But tell me, if I wanted the crown for myself, why did I not take it when I returned from America? When I had seasoned troops at my command and the people sang my praises with one voice? No, that makes no sense. Though I readily admit that I do believe I am worthy of fulfilling an important role for the Queen after her son is crowned. Lieutenant General of the Kingdom, for example. Or even, if circumstance requires, the Regent. Voila. Now you know everything. I haven't left anything out.
And I've given him the
However,
means of doing it.
This truth, if it were made public, would play right into my enemy's hands. So I ask you not to reveal anything I've just told you, and to give me the manifesto.
Oh. I do not know about that. I don't know whether I trust the guy. You know, he's clearly got ulterior motive, but I don't know, because I assume it is going to have an effect on the ending or something like that.
C'est entendu.
I don't know.
Aegis, by doing this, you're not saving my honor. You're saving the future of the entire kingdom. Oh, and one more thing. Can you tell me where I can find my detractor? The one who told you the rumors about me?
I cannot tell you anything, General.
Oh, no matter. I will not let this serpent continue to vilify me. I shall get redress for these aspersions in the end.
General de Lafayette. General.
What's this? It was own alas. But tell me.
I cannot tell you that.
No matter. The day will come.
Goodbye, Monsieur.
I was not expecting there to be...
Monsieur Marat.
Oh.
Madame,
I'm surprised to find you here. Did you follow me?
Didn't you know? The Duke's allies are always impeccably informed. Some even say that we have eyes and ears everywhere.
What do you want from me?
To tell you the truth, I can't wait to hear what you've discovered about the matter at hand. And I was afraid you might leave me in the lurch.
No, I was literally about to come and find you.
That's why I decided it would be better for me to come to you.
You were right. Lafayette was behind this purportedly popular uprising.
Aha! I've got him.
But
at
wait.
last.
But he had no intention of handing his men over to the king. His goal was to raise an army and command the troops himself.
It doesn't matter. These troops would have allowed him to crush the Patriots and set himself up as a dictator.
That's not what he was going to do.
He lied to the Assemblée Nationale. His time has come. All I need is for you to give me the proof of his treason.
I have no proof, monsieur. You will have to be satisfied with my word.
Your word? What good is your word to me? Do you think I can convince people by repeating baseless accusations?
Who does the
Believe
voice?
me, I have tried, but without
I recognise the
success.
voice.
No, it's useless. I must admit defeat. We will have either the king or Lafayette, one despot or another. In either case, my fate is sealed. I will soon join the Duke in exile, and I will abandon my beloved people to their doom. I have no other choice.
Quest complete. Go into the Bastille. Go to the Temple Quarter. I guess next time we'll do that. I'm really, really intrigued, though, as to the actual... See, one of the things that has really got me interested about this game is that because it is a work of speculative fiction, I don't know, because I've never studied this particular period of history, I don't know how much of what is going on here is based on fact. I don't know if the stuff about Lafayette and the National Guard is an alternate retelling of events or is based on historic fact. I don't know what was going on with Marat, and etc., etc. I don't know how much of this is close to or far from the actual historical events, and that really interests me. I kind of want to look up the events as they stand now, but in doing so, I wonder if I will inadvertently spoil something for myself, story-wise. Yeah, because if I know how they were tied into actual events, yes, if I spoil actual events for myself, will it allow me to speculate too much on the actual events? Either way, we are heading towards, next time, the Temple Quarter for what I assume is going to be a point of no return / end of game experience, I guess. Hopefully you will join me for that. Until then, thank you very much for this quite intriguing section of story in this interestingly laid out area. That anime essence is still down there. I might go and get that between episodes, I might not. Who knows? Until then, stay safe out there. Thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, feed the algorithm because it is hungry. And I'll catch you all in the next bit. Toodles! Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not click the like button and consider subscribing. Remember, you can ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, cheerio.